to order any of my books, go to the product tab of the blog. Good morning, this is AJ FARZAD with successwithloa.blogspot.com, and this is a video blog for Let Out the Baby Elephant. Today I want to go over 3 stories with you, and we're going to illustrate a fact about limiting beliefs. When I was in college, in my Psych 101 class, we learned something about conditioned response. I'm sure you guys all have heard the Pavlov's experiment, but this one was a little bit more disturbing. This one was about dogs that were placed on a platform that had electric shock underneath it. Whenever the electric shock would be administered, obviously the dog would jump on the other side where it was freedom from pain. However, the second part of the experiment put a barrier between the two sides. And when the shock was administered, at first the dogs tried to jump. But the shocking thing is that after a while, they just gave up. They just absorbed the shock in a helpless feeling that is also a learned response. They essentially learned that they could not do anything about the situation, so they gave up. When the barrier between the two platforms was removed is when things got actually even more interesting. The dogs that had learned this helplessness did not even attempt to resist the shock. Even though there was no barrier and they could see it, they would not jump to the other side to relieve the pain. The second story I want to tell you is one I heard from Dr. Joe Vitale. He talks about his dog Spot. This dog was very energetic and very rowdy, and he would run around tearing his yard up and running in the street. So what he did was he got a leash that was 3 feet long and put it on the dog. So after a while, the dog would not go past the 3 feet radius. He felt bad about this situation, so he went and he changed the leash to one of 6 feet and put it on the dog. Again, what he realized was that even though the dog had a 6 feet leash, he would only go to 3 feet and then he would stop. Dr. Vitale had to actually go and put his hands around the dog, walk him all the way out to the 6 feet multiple times before the dog realized that he had this freedom. Once again, the freedom is there. The dog can see it. But because of the limiting belief, he thinks that he can only go 3 feet. The last story I want to talk to you about, I heard from Dave Ramsey. It is about how circus people train their elephants. When the elephant is young, they put a big stake in the ground, they put a big chain on the stake and tie it tightly around the leg of the baby elephant. The baby elephant, shakes and moves and runs around and obviously can't get away. When that baby elephant grows up, the way they control this magnificent, powerful animal is they put a small stake in the ground, they tie a tiny rope to the stake, and they put that tiny rope tightly around the leg of the elephant, tight enough that, the elephant can feel around his ankle. The amazing thing is that this huge, powerful animal, by just moving his leg a little bit, can uproot that entire pole and rip the rope apart. But the amazing thing is that the elephant still thinks that he's that baby elephant and he can't get away. So again, it does not even try to move or get free of this tiny rope. So you notice that all of these 3 stories have something in common. There is an untruth that is there. But because we have been conditioned, we do not take the step. In the case of the dog, it gives up. It gives up the feeling that there is freedom. In the case of the huge elephant, he still thinks that he has that chain around his neck. And in case of Joe Vitale's dog Spot, he still thinks that the only leeway that he has is that 3 feet. The same is true with us. We have been conditioned on some level with limiting beliefs that prevent us from moving beyond what we think we are capable. These could be conditioned through circumstances. I'm working with a young girl who basically, when she was in high school, witnessed her family lose their home because of poverty, because her father left. Her limiting belief has become, I cannot escape this. I cannot go anywhere. She had a big home, relatively speaking, and then it was taken away from her. And it is very easy to fall into that conditioned response of, I can't do anything, especially if these things have happened to you when you're young. If somebody abused you, if you have been bombarded by the media that takes money to make money, or it's hard in business, or success is only for those few 1%ers that go to Ivy League schools. All of these things are lies. And what you need to do whenever you encounter one of these limiting beliefs is ask at least 3 questions. You want to ask, are these beliefs true? Is this belief true? The fact that, okay, I can't have a home, I cannot own a home, is this true? The second question you want to ask is, who told you this? You need to go back as far as you can and try to find the original point where you actually heard this, or it was imprinted on you. And that will take some time. Who told you this? Was that person trustworthy? Perhaps they meant a good, had a good heart at the time, but it was a lie. And the last question is, what is the truth about this situation? What you want to do is realize from the bottom of your heart that you can do anything you want. Anything that you want to do has been already done by someone that in all likelihood has been in worse situation as you are. All you need to do is to do a couple of search. The great thing about our history and this particular time is people with amazing amount of adversity have overcome those adversities and have achieved success. Go to the library, search on the internet. Find out who has done the things that you want to do. Research their background. And in most likelihood, you'll find out that they used to be in a worse situation than you are. It is possible. And the only person that can stop you is you. You need to replace those limiting beliefs. Don't try to fight them. Don't try to suppress them. Remember, what you resist persists. Don't try to repress them. You need to replace as opposed to repress. You need to replace those limiting beliefs with what is true. And you need to do this over and over. Remember, you didn't get to this point in your life overnight. It has taken many years of continuously being reminded of these limiting beliefs that you may not even know to create those. It won't happen overnight, but you have to continuously, consciously feed yourself the truth and the positive beliefs about you and being able to do anything that you want in your life. If you can think it, it will happen for you. I hope this makes sense, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go ahead and share this and also comment on my Facebook and Twitter page. And don't forget, tonight, Tuesday the 16th, I'm going to have a Q&A on law of attraction and goal setting on Twitter at Success with LOAJ. Till next week, to your success.